Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So, time for another roadside rambling on my way to work here. So, I had a great weekend. I hope everyone else had a great weekend. Did a little bit on my channel here, a little bit of following politics, but a lot of just hanging. I think we're live now. Sorry about that. I get this like blank spot. Hey, what's up, Sorry I won't be able to read messages. I'll be driving. But I get this like blank spot right near my house here. So if it's crap, it's crap. I'll still be, this is just extra stuff I do. So yeah, I had a great weekend dealing with family. I did some stuff on Drone Tech's channel, a couple of things, which I'll be talking about that in the near future. But I thought on my way to work tonight, I would talk about the news that Mayor Pete just dropped out. So there's all kinds of like thinking that possibly this has something to do with behind the scenes, that Obama or people in the DNC told Mayor Pete, look, it's time to get out. We need to coalesce around Bloomberg or Biden. My take is what it has continued to be, which is I think that they are trying to force a coalition around one of the people that aren't Bernie. That's what the establishment Democrats are trying to do. And if that's not successful, if neither Biden, who's basically an old man who's losing control of his faculties, or Bloomberg, who supposedly stands for everything the Democratic Party's against, if they can't get enthusiasm up for either of those two, then I look for Hillary Clinton or Michelle Obama, someone like that, to come into a brokered convention. That's still what I think. I think Bloomberg getting out, Bloomberg was another one of those possibilities. They tested the water. They had their corporate media go all in for Bloomberg several times. It just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough enthusiasm behind Bloomberg. Bloomberg's, he's all, what's that? I can't even think of the good analogy, but, the package is good. Like, he talks well. He's articulate. He knows how to sound impressive, but there's no substance. He's just repeating cliches that Obama repeated. And that worked for Obama because he was more charismatic than Mayor Pete. And he had a built-in demographic advantage and things like that for the Democratic Party. Mayor Pete doesn't have that, and so it just wasn't enough to carry him over the finish line. So, then there's the matter of Biden winning South Carolina. Now, I anticipated Biden would win South Carolina. All the polls had showed that. But he did outperform the polls to his credit. So what does that show? I mean, what shows that it's pretty sad that enough campaigning can drag someone across the finish line in a state like South Carolina, even for someone like Biden, who basically seems like he doesn't know where he is half the time. So that's kind of depressing on its own right, of our political systems that much. But if I'm not being snide, it shows Biden still has a chance. He does. And remember, don't negate how powerful and corrupt the establishment Democratic Party is, and that they control this media apparatus, they control academia, they control the entertainment industry, they control Silicon Valley, and when they put that entire weight behind one person, it will be effective, particularly for Democratic voters. So they basically can pick and choose who they want to drag across the finish line. And it's about Wall Street. They're going to have leaks from Trump's campaign saying Trump's horrible. There'll be cases that they'll say we need to impeach Trump over this or that, things that get leaked out. So all of that's going to occur. So what the Democrats right now are trying to say is, I think they'd probably agree with me, that all of their policies and their candidates are so unpalatable to the majority of Americans that they're basically stuck unless they could rig the game. And so which candidate? Who's it going to be? Bloomberg or Biden? Or are they going to bring in Michelle or Hillary Clinton or someone like that at the convention? Bernie supporters, I'm sorry. The ones that are reasonable at least. I'm sorry. You're going to get screwed over just like you did in 2016, because you're supporting a hypocrite who's willing to sell out his cause to make a little cash and get another lake house, and he's willing to bow down to the real establishment that he claims to fight. Just like when he was the big anti-war candidate that said, oh, but we have to stay in war in Syria. Right? So, sorry, Bernie supporters. Hopefully, once you see Bernie get screwed over, which is still my prediction, maybe you'll realize, hey, I'm not going to vote for this Democratic Party anymore. Does that mean you're going to vote for Trump? Probably not. You probably don't like him, and that's fine. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I could give you a case why I think you should support Trump, because ending this corruption is the most important thing. But, you know, I don't know what to say. I tried my best. I thought that I was pretty civil and articulate. You know, granted, I don't have a big reach, but I tried to tell my friends that supported Bernie that it was a mistake to cheer for the corruption against Trump, and that it would be used against candidates like Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein. That's exactly what we're seeing. So, you know, and isn't it ironic that you have now the Democratic Party that in one hand wants to yell and scream about the need to end the Electoral College and decide the presidency by popular vote, bragging and endorsing a system of superdelegates, saying, oh, well, the popular vote shouldn't win the Democratic primary. Instead, it should be this crazy convoluted system that, unlike the Electoral College, has no basis in actually helping people have a voice. So, you know, sorry about that. So, you know, Mayor Pete dropping out, was he told by his handlers at the DNC to drop out? Probably. But I do think that this has the effect of harming Bernie's chances. Right now, it's been Bernie versus, basically, because Elizabeth Warren's terrible, a bunch of establishment Democrat people, whether it be Joe Biden, whether it be Buttigieg, whether it be Klobuchar, whether it be Bloomberg. They're trying to play the moderate lane. Newsflash, though, the moderate lane isn't moderate, because the moderates are also courting the extreme left and the progressive wing, so they're advocating all sorts of open borders type nonsense and stuff like Green New Deal crap. They'll try to walk it back once the general election starts. You shouldn't let them. They're liars. They're hypocrites. They'll lie and do anything they can to steal the election. That's, of course, or win the election, I shouldn't say steal. So that's, of course, what they're going to be doing. But regardless if it was because Mayor Pete was basically told by the handlers at the DNC, now's the time to drop out or not, the effect is, it is leading to a coalescence behind what it's coming down to, which is Bernie versus allegedly a more moderate candidate. Because here's the deal, say what you will about Bernie, and he has terrible policies, and he's a hypocrite in many ways, and he's sold out to the corrupt establishment, but he believes what he's talking about when he says that basically anyone with $1 more than him needs to be punished. His millions are okay, but everyone with more money than him needs to be punished. They shouldn't have the right to have that much money. Bernie believes that crap. And remember, the Democratic Party is the party of the extremely rich and the poor. That's who tends to vote Democrat. Those extremely rich people, they don't want Bernie. The Hillary backers, the Obama backers, they don't want Bernie. So that's why they got Bloomberg in. That's why they were putting their weight behind Buttigieg. That's why they're putting their weight behind Biden. Biden has no business being in this race. Anyone with any objective reasoning could see that. Even if you like his policies, the man is not fit to be president. He's losing his faculties. It's not good. I honestly feel bad for the man. But that's who they're currently trying to drag across the finish line. Because it's just a puppet. That's all they're putting up there. And make no mistake about it, the establishment Republicans tried the same thing. That's why you had never-Trumpers, like Jeb Bush. That's why you had McCain. That's why you had Jeff Flake. That's why you had Justin Amash. Ironic, I just talked to a never-Trumper who's an Amash supporter the other day in a debate. But Trump actually is someone who had genuine grassroots enthusiasm behind him, and I think that the Republicans in the establishment were like, they either couldn't do enough to, because the backing of Trump was so significant, they couldn't cheat him out of it, or they said, well, who cares? We always have Hillary. She'll beat Trump. She's a shoo-in to beat Trump. And so they were like, well, we'll leave Trump win because the establishment will still maintain control. We got to Hillary. So, I don't know. I mean, I'll just say this, just closing here before I get to work. Listen, I know that there are a lot of Trump supporters that are relishing in the corruption, the insanity of what we see the Democratic Party is becoming. But remember, you don't just want a one-party system either. It's bad enough the two-party one we have. So we need some sort, even if I disagree with people's policies, I think we need robust discussion and disagreement on policy with people that actually care about the country. We don't have that right now. It's clear that the people running the Democratic Party hate this country primarily, or majoritarily. Just listen to Bernie speak. Listen to them talk about how everything's racist. Listen to them talk about how we owe reparations. Listen to them praise places like Iran. I'm not saying everyone that's a Democrat, by all means, not at all. I know many Democrats that love this country. But the people running the party, they don't care. They're corrupt. You saw what was going on with the Biden thing in the Ukraine. It's going on in China with all these politicians giving aid money to all these countries that then their family and their charities are getting kickbacks from that money that they sent. This sort of corruption's been going on for years. And all I'm saying is, isn't there part of you that just shakes your head and says, man, how sad and pathetic is it that the greatest country in the world, this is our crappy system? I mean, it really does. It blows my mind. Like, even if you hate Trump, if you despise him, like, can you really tell me that you're not sitting there right now saying, oh my God, this is the best we have to go up against this guy? This is our system? Flipping coins, drawing cards, the Iowa debacle, Bloomberg trying to buy the election. No one has any realistic policy prescriptions on the left. It's just Orange Man bad and free stuff for everyone. I mean, it's pathetic. It's really sad. So, I don't know. I just think it's a joke. And for the Trump supporters out there, you know, I close with saying this. Don't get overconfident. Yes, it looks terrible right now for the Democrats, but never underestimate the power they have controlling the institutions of power that shape the public narrative. They will bring out all the stops against Trump. And as far as I'm concerned, I know that some of my friends disagree with me on this, but if we don't see Barr and others or something occur before the election, starting to hold the corrupt coup conspirators responsible, then Trump's going to be in a lot of trouble because the coup will continue unabated even if he wins in 2020. So, all right, everyone. Yeah, that's the show for tonight. 11 people watching. 13 thumbs up. Okay. Sorry, I know I cut out there right near my house, so hopefully it ran smooth from there on. I think I'm doing the Patriot panel tomorrow, so look forward to that. I don't know whose show it's on, but I'll put a video out tomorrow. I'm going to try to make sure I'm doing some shorter videos, 2 to 3 minute videos I'll try to be doing tomorrow. And so look for that. And then, who knows, I might do a live stream tonight. That was weird. This time of night, no one's ever walking here. Someone just walked up to my car. You guys, I thought you guys were about to see me get mugged. We're in rural Pennsylvania. We don't get mugged, so. So, yeah, I might do a live stream tonight. We'll see how I feel. I'll put a post up one way or another. So, all right, thanks, everyone. I'm going to head into work here. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.